All right, everyone, welcome to my channel again, Ethan HR Fitness. Okay, we're talking about stress again. My last video, we talked about why you're not building muscle because you're so stressed out. Today, we're going to talk a little bit more about addictive behaviors. This is my favorite thing that really fascinates me as a trainer. The people I've helped coach have had addictions with alcohol and nicotine, especially, and then a big one too I've been seeing a lot as well is porn. And so all these things I've personally experienced as well. I used to be big on the nicotine, big on the alcohol. I used to watch like porn and stuff like that. So I know it's about. So without further ado, let's just kind of get into it. A big distinguishing factor of why people like to um, do addictive behaviors like drugs and destructive behaviors is because they're living in survival mode. Okay, so this is vivir en modo supervivencia. That's because I had a different presentation that was in Spanish, and so I didn't change that header. But big thing is people are either living in depression or anxiety. It's one of those two. It's oftentimes both. And depression is caused by worrying or being sad about things that have happened in the past that you cannot change or control. So depression is more about the past, and because of that, you're living in survival mode because you're worried your life will never improve. And then when you go into anxiety, it's caused by worrying or being sad about things that may happen in the future that you cannot change or control. Okay, and because of that, you're living in survival mode as well, helping for the most practical means to relieve our anxiety without thinking of the big picture. And a lot of times we do that through addictive behaviors and coping mechanisms. Okay, so when things have completely stressed us out from the past, we're depressed. When things are worrying us and giving us a lot of pressure about how the future is going to look, that's anxiety. And we all know what it's like to live in these feelings where we're depressed about something that happened or we're extremely anxious about what's going to happen in the future. And that's living in survival mode. We're not thinking about creating like beautiful projects and changing the world. All we're trying to do is alleviate what's happening in the second right now. Okay, so let's get into the addictive behaviors. Boom. So what I see about addictive behaviors, they do four things for us. Okay, they help us hide, pacify, alleviate, or react. So when it comes to hiding, it's just we like to, for instance, hide by getting drunk off alcohol because that way we can hide from our stress. And so we drink, and now we forget about our problems. Okay, that's an easy example of hiding. Pacifying, okay, we pacify our uncomfortable emotional responses by doing something addictive. This I like to think of more like pacifying is more like nicotine. Okay, it's like you're kind of feeling a little on edge, a little stressed out. And people smoke nicotine and hit the vape pen, and then they feel a little bit better for like 20 seconds or like 2 minutes. That's basically all it did for me anyway. It really doesn't pacify anything in the long run, but it just helps you out for a few minutes. Okay, and then in regards to alleviate, we consume substance addictively to relieve pain and discomfort. So I would say that has to do more within the lines of like marijuana, actually, because weed, a lot of times when people just feel like crap, they feel like their body hurts or they're just emotionally, their life is just kind of painful at the moment. So they want to alleviate the pain through weed. And so that's the third one. And then fourth, reacting. So these addictive behaviors by reacting, this could be any substance, but I kind of think about like more like alcohol and sort of like cocaine too. These ones that we kind of need to help us like impulsively right now because like we have major problems and we want to get drunk or we want to get super like amped up on coke. And so it doesn't really matter what substance it is, but it's a reactive response as well. And interestingly enough, there's like research that shows when you have addictive behaviors, if you're someone that is, using a lot of alcohol and you're someone that's watching a lot of porn and you're vaping all the time, you're actually a very impulsive actor in general. Like with how you're going to make decisions in your life, you're not going to use a lot of judgment. You're not going to use as much well thought out judgment. You're going to use less rationality and more impulsivity. Okay? And so that's actually like psychological research like shows that type of stuff. All right, so now if you feel like you got one of these things going on for you, you feel like you're hiding and you're getting drunk, or you feel like you're pacifying and so you're hitting the vape pen, or you feel like you need to alleviate your stress and pain so you're getting high all the time, well, let's look at how the best ways we can do this or alleviate those issues naturally without using substances. Okay, so boom, the best ways to manage stress now. I got four of them here. The first one is working out. Second one is meditation. Third one is creation. And fourth one is social connection. Now, I'm going to dive deeper into both of these ideas and for further videos, but for right now, I'm just putting out the general ideas of what you can do now to get away from your addictive behaviors and alleviate stress as fast as possible. So quick, let's just touch on all of them. So for working out, you got to remember exercise is releasing endorphins. It's going to help you relieve stress, protect you from disease in the long run. Your mind and body also respond very well to it. And because you're going to build muscle, you actually get smarter as well because you have this, I believe it's a hormone. Don't quote me on it, but I think it's a hormone. It's called brain-derived neurotrophic factor. That's released often during exercise as well. So that's going to help your brain just function better in general. And so all these things, after working out, you should be able to get into from a catabolic state of cortisol into an anabolic state of testosterone and growth hormone. Okay, I talked about it in my last video. You can check that out as well. Okay, so all those things with working out, they're going to help out your stress significantly. Okay, now meditation. Wow, meditation still it's just leaps and bounds beyond a lot of different therapeutic measures. Honestly, it's so impressive once you get deeper into it. And for me, honestly, it's still kind of out of my ballpark, out of my expertise, honestly, to explain exactly how everything works within it. But it definitely teaches you how to unravel your stress and understand why you are the way you are. It gives you peace, and you can function mentally a lot more clearly. The big thing for meditation with me is that I can tell with it, I'm much more powerful. I'm much more balanced in my emotions, and I make better decisions. And during the process, it's allowing me to kind of just scrub my brain and clean all of the negative, terrible ideas I've been shoved down my head by the environment around me or the internet and stuff like that. So it really helps you kind of reset and get back to what you need to do with your life. All right, now create stuff. Creation is huge. I didn't really understand how important this was until I got away from it. And then when I came back to creating. So now I do a lot of content creation. I'm basically YouTubing, making Instagram reels. I'm writing a lot too, journaling. And the creative process is extremely empowering. And so this could be building businesses, organizations. It could be building your kitchen, organizing the house in a way that's very well thought out and creative and suits your personality. And so it just could be anything. Music, creation is going to allow you to get away from your stress, and it's a healthy outlet, and it's also going to help you build a better future that's going to let stress, get kicked out, basically. You think about musicians, a lot of times musicians really struggle with mental health issues, but a lot of the reasons they get to such a high level is just because they need an outlet for their stress. And that's how they do it, is they just create incredible music. And the same goes for a lot of artists that are painters, and the same goes for a lot of writers. So creation is extremely powerful. That's the third one. Okay, number 4, social connection. This one is just so obvious and so apparent, but honestly, in the American society now, people's social connection is going way downhill. We live in our houses too much. We don't really spend a lot of time communicating in person and group events. And it's sad. They're showing a lot of huge rates with depression and suicide in societies that have lower social connection, and especially in those individuals that end up committing suicide or have suicidal thoughts, they have very low levels of societal or social connection. And it's pretty sad, but that's just a huge thing. It's just so obvious. A lot of times they look at these places around the planet, like in Italy or Japan, or just different neighborhoods that are associated with healthy communities. And these people live a long time. These people live 90 years just because they have good friendships. So that's a very important thing. And like I said, okay, so that's the main 4 ways you can help manage your stress right now. I'm going to get deeper into these topics on future videos, but right now I'm just putting out this so you can understand from zooming out, these 4 things right here, you do this, your life's going to be a lot less stressful. Okay, and so thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Share this content with your friends and family. I got Instagram at Ethan Etchart, my website, Ethan Etchart Fitness. Subscribe to my newsletter. I pump out articles every single week. And YouTube, we're going twice a week now. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video where I detail more about each of those 4 things to help out.